For more on this, I'm joined now by Victoria Gaytan in Washington, D.C. Victoria is a program manager and editor at Global Americans, which is a news and research site covering Latin America. Victoria, Argentina has been plagued by economic problems for years, but when President Macri was elected 3 years ago, he promised to revive the economy. So what's happened to get Argentina to this point?
Yes, thank you for having me. As you mentioned, Mauricio Macri came into the presidency in 2015, vowing to restore economic recovery, reversing the protectionist measures of his predecessor, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner. But he has acknowledged that his measures and his reforms haven't done so well. Argentina is going currently through a currency crisis caused by a combination of factors that include the country's own vulnerability and dependence on foreign borrowing, rising global interest rates, a very strong dollar, and a cut of national interest rates earlier in the year, while inflation was on the rise in the country. Now, President Mauricio Macri has also blamed Argentina's crisis on external factors, such as Brazil's crisis and Turkey's economic crisis, as well as mistrust from international investors given Argentina's own corruption scandals.
So steps taken up to this point haven't worked. Do you think these latest measures announced by the president will be enough?
Well, the IMF is very optimistic about Argentina's economic recovery into 2019. But for sure, President Mauricio Macri will face some political backlash given these austerity measures announced. The good news is that social programs haven't been touched and they will be supported. In particular, for example, community centers will have food supply secured throughout the year, and a special program called Precios Cuidados, prices taken care of, will be supported and even reinforced to the end of the year.
So if the U.S. Federal Reserve continues to raise interest rates, which is widely expected, what impact will this have on Argentina's economy?
Well, for sure, it will have a very it will have an impact on Argentina's economy. As I mentioned, Argentina is very vulnerable to hiking interest rates and foreign borrowing. So if they do not reinforce their deficit and steady inflation, and the U.S. keeps rising interest rates, for sure this will hit very hard to Argentina.
All right, Victoria Gaytan, thank you for joining us today and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.